ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मृतं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः. Hare Krishna. Dear devotees, welcome to our Iskcon official YouTube channel. Today I am going to discuss the fourth chapter of Srimad Bhagavatam, third canto, in which Vidura approaches Maitreya. That is being described. So, as we have discussed, there is a disappearance of Jadus. Then Lord meets Uddhava and Maitreya. It is described in text 1 to 13. In 13, it is said, the Lord said to Uddhava, O Uddhava, in the lotus millennium, in the days of yore, at the beginning of the creation, I spoke unto Brahma, who is situated on the lotus that grows out of my navel, about my transcendental glories, which the great sages describe as Srimad Bhagavatam. So, thereafter, Uddhava prays to Lord. In text 16, Uddhava says, Karmani anyasya bhavo bhavasyate durga shothari bhayat padayanam kalat manajat pramadajutta samaha Shatman rate khidyate dhirvidamya. Sorry. My Lord, even the learned sages become disturbed in their intelligence when they see that your greatness engages in fruitive work, although you are free from all desires. These are the opposites. That you take birth, although you are unborn. That you free out of fear of the enemy and take shelter in a fort, although you are the control of invincible time. And that you enjoy household life surrounded by many women, although you enjoy in yourself. Satman Rate. So, in the purport, Siddhar Swami says, Agatamana Acharanam Darsayati. You cannot understand. Agatamana Acharanam. It is impossible. These are the activities of the Lord. And thereafter, Uddhava decided to execute Lord's instructions. After getting instructions from the Lord, which will be described in 11th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, very vividly, from chapter, I think, 6 to 31. These are the teachings of the Lord to Uddhava. We may call it Uddhava Gita, just like Bhagavad Gita is spoken to Arjuna. We'll hear here in this chapter it is said that iti avedita hardaya mayam sa bhagavan parha adidesa arvindakya atmana paramasthiti. I may remind you that this is being discussed by Uddhava to Vidura, these 4 chapters of Srimad Bhagavatam, 3rd canto. So, Uddhava says, iti avedita hardaya. Or it is said by Sukadeva Goswami, when I thus expressed my heartfelt desires unto the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the lotus-eyed Lord instructed me about his transcendental situation. Paramang Sthitim, that is most important, because it is stated by Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, Mayam na tu Maitreya api ityartha. We cannot understand. Both Maitreya and Uddhava were listening to Lord's lecture or instructions, but the Lord's instruction was specifically for Uddhava. That's why he said Mayam. And Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur said Mayam nantu Maitreya api ityartha. Though Lord instructed, but Maitreya didn't understand that. Only Uddhava understand. That is very mystic instructions. And thereafter Vidura seeks spiritual knowledge from Uddhava. So Uddhava said that the Lord instructed me all these knowledge. So Uddhava wants that I may be instructed. You please kindly instruct me or give these lessons. But Uddhava I'll discuss later. Here in text 28 to 32, Uddhava, after disappearance Lord disappeared, so Uddhava got instructions from the Lord that here it is said by Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, the Lord gave a letter or message to Lord of Badrinath, that is Badrinarayana, Naranarayana, that there the Lord says, Nodhava anuapi manyuno jad gune nardita prabhu ato mad vainam lokam grahayan yatishtadu. That means Uddhava is not inferior to me in any way because he is never affected by the modes of material nature. Therefore, he may remain in this world in order to disseminate specific knowledge of the personality of Godhead. This is a message by the Lord to Naranarayana. In the purport, Srila Prabhupada Maharaj says, one has to transcend the modes of goodness also and be situated in unalloyed goodness, unaffected by any of the qualities of material nature. This stage of transcendental qualification is called Suddha Sattva or Vasudeva, and in this stage, the science of God can be realized. We have to attain that stage to understand or realize. So, in text 32, it is said that Evang Triloka Guruna Sandhishta Sabdajonina Madarya Samasadya Harimijya Samadhina. Sukadeva Goswami informed the king that Uddhava, King Parikshit, that Uddhava, being thus instructed by the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is the source of all Vedic knowledge and the spiritual master of the three worlds, reached the pilgrimage site of Badrikasrama and engaged himself there in trance to satisfy the Lord. Till now, Uddhava is there in Badrikasrama. He is in two places, one in Vrindavan and another in Badrikasrama. So in the purport, Srila Prabhupada Maharaj says, undoubtedly Bhagavad Gita was spoken by the Lord on the battlefield of Kurukshetra just to encourage Arjuna to fight. And yet to complete the transcendental knowledge of Bhagavad Gita, the Lord instructed Uddhava. The Lord wanted Uddhava to fulfill his mission and disseminate knowledge which he had not spoken even in Bhagavad Gita. So higher knowledge is given in this Uddhava Gita, or what we have already described in the 11th canto. Most of the instructions or most of the knowledge given to Arjuna in Bhagavad Gita will find in 11th canto, Uddhava Gita. So Uddhava Prabhupada Maharaj says this is a higher knowledge which is not spoken to Arjuna, because the Lord gave that much instructions which is needed for Arjuna to fight. But to complete his mission, that is disseminating knowledge, dharma sansthapanarthaya. What is that dharma? That is being described in 11th canto. So thereafter, I will hear that 33 to 36, Vidura's enlightenment and further journeying to Ganga. The Lord, Uddhava said to Vidura that the Lord had passed away, and before passing away he gave me instructions. So Uddhava, on hearing from Uddhava that the Lord gave instructions to Uddhava, Vidura, though he is superior in age, Vidura is not an ordinary person, as we have already discussed. He is Mahajana, he is Jamaraj, but he wanted to take the lesson from Uddhava, though junior to him. But Uddhava said, the Lord Krishna remembered you at the time of passing away from this world. He remembered you. You see, if we remember the Lord at the time of death, then we get the highest destination. And what the Lord will think at the time of passing this body, passing away from this body? That is transcendental body, of course. The Lord doesn't leave the body here. He goes to the spiritual world along with his transcendental body. But at the end of his Leela pastimes, the Lord was remembering Vidura. You see how Vidura is so dear to the Lord. So when Vidura heard that Lord was remembering him, Vidura started crying. My Lord was remembering me. In this way, Vidura said to Uddhava, please give the lessons to me. So Uddhava said, the Lord has given instructions to Maitreya and specifically said to him that you give the instructions to Vidura. That's why Vidura will go to Haridwar, where Maitreya Muni was there, and Maitreya Vidura Sambad will start from 5th chapter till 4th canto, last 31 chapter. This is Vidura Maitreya Sambad. This is a special disciplic succession we'll hear in 8th chapter of 3rd canto. Just like different disciplic successions are there. So Vidura Maitreya Sambad is also a separate disciplic succession. We'll hear it from 3rd canto, 8th chapter. So thank you very much for listening to this lecture. And please don't forget to subscribe, share and like our channel and get the blessings of the Lord. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama.